This video is brought to you by SportCam. Stick to the end to learn more.
Hi guys, welcome to another Swift badminton video. In this video you're going to see some highlights from a training session between myself and the current England No.2 ladies singles player Georgina Bland. You might recognise Georgina from the 1,000-shot multi video. She was the one inflicting all that pain on me. This session took place just a few days after Georgina had got back from Australia. I had done the 1,000-shot multi that morning, so it was by no means our best session, but we got some good work in, working on a few areas highlighted after Georgina's Australia tour. I hope you enjoyed the video. Be sure to like it and leave a comment if you want more content like this.
So we started the session with a full court game of box. This is where the front and back boxes are out. We played a set 15 with the loser having to do 30 burpees. I really like this game for 3 reasons. Firstly, you are forced to move fast at all times because of the smaller court area. Secondly, you'll have to play lifts, but because you can't hit to the back line, it forces you to play smarter lifts, which will require much more control. It is really easy for players to just whack it to the back, but at the high level you must have sharpness in your lifts, because you need to use them both in attack as well as defence. Lastly, any poor shots are usually punished quickly and easily, meaning you must always be highly aware of what shots you are playing and when. You can play this game on half a court, but I chose a full court as we were going to be doing a lot of full court movements throughout the session. As you can tell, I was very happy to win, mainly because after doing the 1,000-shot multi earlier in the day, I really didn't fancy doing those 30 burpees. So, the first main exercise of the session we did was a full court drill which had one rule. The rule was that you weren't allowed to play to the same corner twice in a row. Although this is a useful tactic against certain players, Georgina had found that in her matches in Australia she was overdoing this. This drill forces you to always make your opponent move, the cornerstone of singles tactics, especially women's singles. We did sets of 1 minute with 30 seconds rest, with a total of 8 sets. As each week progresses, we will up the time a number of sets, but for a first proper session back, it was a good start. Georgina performed the drill well, although I felt she was forcing certain shots rather than placing them. I wanted to think about pressure move through placement of her shots, rather than outright winners. Thinking about where your opponent is playing a shuttle from is a good way to put pressure on them without playing the higher risk shots. After the full court drill, we moved on to some front court defence. We kept the time and number of sets the same. I chose this drill because Georgina needs to really improve her shots back to the net when there is pressure there. She tends to like to use the backcourt a lot, so by taking that away from her, it forces her to play shots she isn't too comfortable with. Within this drill, I allowed her to try and create some attacking chances, but she always had to be aware of the position she was in and if it was worth the risk or not. It is important to note that when I am feeding this drill, I am not going 100%, but feeding cooperatively and exerting specific pressure at certain points within the rally. I felt Georgina did this drill really well, but for her future development we will have to work on her backhand deep corner, as well as her speed out of those deep corners. She tends to hit then move, rather than hit and move at the same time. After that drill we dropped the intensity a little and focused on skills. Georgina had to play one drop, then one faster attack, then come forward for a block, finishing with a net spin before repeating. I was able to hit straight or cross, but she always had to play back to me. The focus in this drill was consistency and feel over each shot, making sure each individual shot had the quality that would be needed in a match situation. Like the previous 2 drills, the number of sets and time was exactly the same. By this point, Georgina was a little tired and her focus was slipping slightly. Some of her drops were a bit too deep and she was missing some simple blocks, but after speaking to her about this, she got it back and executed the drill well. The final drill of the session was a multi-feed technical drill. I stood on a bench and hit fast drops from which Georgina could play either straight or cross nets. She had to perform 100 shots from the forehand and the backhand side. The focus here was on the sharpness and subtle deception. It is important that you don't just practice your net skills from a good position but also a bad one. In matches, you will spend just as much time in a bad position as a good one, so don't neglect your skill work from both positions. Georgina is quite strong from her backhand side, but she does struggle on the forehand side. I got her to focus on coming from beneath the shuttle as opposed to going down towards the shuttle. We have spent the last year or so working on her finger power and control, which has started to be evident in the sharpness she can produce in her shots from the front. However, this can always get better, so we will never stop doing these sorts of drills.
Excellent, nice.
This video is brought to you by SportCam, a free Android and iOS app that allows you to live stream your real life sports to social media. SportCam works with all sports, including badminton. Stream your own games to Facebook or YouTube, Or go live as a spectator and broadcast events with your own commentary. SportCam streams embed a professional looking scoreboard that adds to the viewing experience. I personally watch live streams of video games on the streaming site Twitch. SportCam is an opportunity for athletes to do the same thing, enabling you to share your own games and create a community of live spectators. As badminton players ourselves, we are personally super excited about the chance to grow the exposure of the sport to an audience who might not otherwise witness it. So download the app today for free, either on Android or iOS, with a link in the description below.
I hope you enjoyed this video, giving you a brief insight into one of England's top ladies singles players and how she trains. If you want to see more videos like this, as well as other great badminton content, then hit the like button, subscribe to the channel, and leave us a comment. I'll see you in the next video. Thanks for watching.